Welcome back to my channel, guys. So we'll be making this beautiful gown that you're seeing on the screen. Okay, stay tuned if that sounds like what you want to make. All right, okay, so here I will start by making the skirt part first. Okay, I'm making the skirt part first. All right, I wrote a line. The line will now serve as the waist line, and I went down by 9.5, while the hip point was actually 9, but I did 9.5 because I'll be joining it to the upper bodice with the half inch. Okay, then I marked my new length. Okay, despite the new length is not really necessary in this gown because it's an A-line type of gown because of the ruched effect. Okay, that's why we'll be using an A line. Okay, moving forward, I divided my waist circumference by 4. Then after dividing my waist circumference by 4, what I got there, I will impute it. All right, in this tutorial we'll be making use of a skirt dart. Okay, after putting my waist circumference, I added 1 inch for that and 2 inch for allowance. I also put my hip measurement, hip circumference divided by 4, sorry, then I added 2 inches allowance only. Then from there I take it straight to the hem. All right, this skirt is actually long. Then by the time you pull it up, it will now be at any length you want. Okay, if you want at the knee, anywhere you want, but it's so long. All right, this is a crepe material, and crepe material is usually by 60 inches. All right, I folded all of it, but later I will redo it though. Like so, move ahead to marking our dart. Okay, I impute my dart of 4.5 inches. Then I went out of the leg by half inches, and then I connected. After doing that, I cut it out. Right, after cutting it out, I placed my front part on the back part, skirt back part. Okay, and after placing it there, I will just impute my zipper allowance of 2 inches. After imputing my zipper allowance of 2 inches, then I cut. There is nothing serious about the back here. It's a free A-line skirt. Okay, then will not put the ruched effect. That's all. All right, so I'm trying to arrange it and making sure everything aligns well before I can be able to cut my skirt back part. All right, I'm cutting it now, guys. Okay, so after cutting the skirt part, I move over to cut my sleeve. It's a long sleeve with elastic at the wrist. Okay, I use the length of 22 inches. Then I went down on the armhole by 4.5. Okay, I marked the armhole curve. Then I connected it to the 6 inches that I went in on the wrist side. Okay, then I connected it and cut out. I folded it into 4, okay, so that it will give me 2 sleeves for the gown. I forgot to mention I made use of 3.5, that's 3.5 yards of crepe material for this gown. Okay, I used 3.5 for the gown. Okay, then I'm trying to now use the remaining material to cut out for the upper part. I cutted out my sleeve first because I want this design to be on the front part. That's why I use the other part that doesn't have this design to cut out my sleeve first before cutting my upper bodice. Okay, then here I marked my shoulder line, my bust line, and my waist, okay, with 1 inch allowance. Okay, then I marked my shoulder measurement of 8 inches, actually 7 inches. Then I added half for sleeve joining. Okay, I'm using a neckline of 3.5 and the neckline width of 3.5 and depth of 3 inches. Okay, I marked my shoulder slope of 1 inch and I connected it. Okay, then trying to create my armhole curve. Okay, I moved down by 7.5. all right, and then I went in on the middle and going by half, and then connect the half and the bust measurement that I had already input on the armhole line. Okay, on the chest line, sorry. Then I put it on the bust point too. Then I added 2 inches allowance for everything. I input my waist measurements, which is 9.5. I added this thing, that allowance of 1 inch, then 2 inches of allowance. Okay, we'll be using that for the front part too. Okay, that's 4.5 inches. Then we're moving out on the dart legs by half inches. Then I now connected it. That's all for the front part. Then I cut it out, guys. Okay, I cut it out, as you can see me doing right now. I'm cutting it. That after cutting this front part out, I will use it to cut my back panel. Okay, I'll use the front part to cut my back panel. Don't forget to add half inches for your shoulder joining. Okay, so that I use it to join the back panel. All right, so after this I will cut my back panel. There's nothing different, just added zipper allowance to the back panel. Then I also use the neck depth of 1.5 inches. I didn't know my camera wasn't recording actually. So at the zipper part down, I moved in by half inch. I then cutted it out and slant the back open. Okay, I did that so that it would eliminate any zipper bulge at the back, because I'll be using an invisible zipper for this gown. Okay, I don't want it to be bulky in any part. All right, here I have cutted out my facing for the front and for the back. I have turned my back panel and I have also darted it there. All right, I'll move over to do the front part too. Okay, I've done that already, and that's the front part too. Okay, the next thing now is to bring the back part and the front part together and join them at the shoulder using the back facing that I cut it out. Okay, if you do this, your dress will come out looking so lovely and a very nice finishing. Just make sure you align them so well, then you now stitch on it. All right, just align them so well, then you now stitch on it. Okay, I've done my guys and it's looking so neat and perfect here. All right, I join it the way I showed you and it's looking so wow. Okay, the next thing for us to do now is to join our sleeve. You know, we have already cutted out the sleeve already, so we'll now join the sleeve. After joining the sleeve, we'll now shape our top part. Okay, don't forget that I'll be adding an elastic to the wrist of the sleeve. Okay, then I added a little plate, just a little plate on the shoulder part. Okay, just a little, okay, some print like two, okay, at the shoulder part. Then I added my elastic. After that, I'll take my measurement, body's measurement, then I will now sew with my 2 inches allowance that I had already left. Okay, let me do that and show us. Okay, yeah, I've done that. I've shaped my upper part. Okay, I've added the elastic that I talked about and the top is looking so beautiful already. We will now face the skirt part. Alright guys, so moving over to the skirt part, what we're going to do now is to sew in our darts. Alright, I use 7 inches darts, then I sew them up. After sewing them up, I will do the same for the back, skirt back too. I'll join the zipper allowance that I have there. Okay, the 2 inches zipper allowance that I have. After joining it, I will fold the hem. In this skirt making, you need to fold the hem first before you can be able to put your drawstring casing. Okay, if not, it will not be so good. Okay, don't forget I've already sewn my darts. Okay, let's take the measurement of what to have after folding the hem. I have around 51 inches. I told you that the skirt is so long. Okay, I have 51 inches. Then I'll be using the whole of 51 inches for the skirt part. All right, then I ironed my skirt. I folded the front part. I ironed it so that it will be giving me the lines that I want for my casing. Okay, I will be using the dart that I'm pointing out, which is on my left hand side. Okay, but if you turn it over to the back side, it will be on the right side. All right, don't forget we'll be using the back. We'll be using the wrong side for this casing. Okay, at the back part, at the wrong side of the material, I'll be marking out 4 inches. Okay, I'm marking out 4 inches for my casing. All right, I'll take the 4 inches down. That is where I'll place my casing. Okay, the ironing made it easy for me to know the middle of the skirt, which made it easier for me to now mark out the 4 inches that I'm using for the casing. That's exactly where I'll place my casing. Okay, for the strings. Okay, right, then I have already folded in the rope, and this is what the material that I'll be using for my casing. Okay, I'll first sew on the middle. After sewing in the middle, I will fold it over to the 2 sides, then I'll sew on it. Okay, then I'll use this rope to insert on the casing. Let me do it and show us what I'm talking about, guys. Alright, here I've sewn my casing. This is the front part and this is the back part. Okay, you can see how my casing is. Then with the safety pin, I'll use it to insert the rope. I have 2 ropes. Okay, I didn't make it one, I make it separately so that after that I will put it on the waist. All right, then I'll finish inserting the first one, then I'll move over to insert the second one now, guys. Okay, I'm inserting the second rope on my casing. All right, once that is done, we'll now stitch it on the waist part so that our ropes will not fall off when we are doing other things. Okay, once I'm done, I put it to see if I love what I got, and it looked so well, so I will now stitch it on the waist. Okay, then after stitching it on the waist, we'll now take our body measurements and shape our skirt. Okay, I'm using 2 inch. I left 2 inches for allowance for the skirt part. Okay, then I will now use that 2 inches to sew my skirt part. I have already placed the back panel before I now place the front one on it. Okay, then I'm now marking out the 2 inches. I will take it down. Don't forget that this is an A-line skirt. Okay, before I impute my hip measurements there, then from the hip measurements I will take it down to the hem of the gown. All right, I'll take it down to the hem of the gown. After that, we'll go over to the machine and sew it. After sewing it, then we'll now join our upper bodice to the skirt part. All right. Alright guys, so I have shaped my skirt. As you can see here, I have shaped my skirt. Okay, the skirt is so long, as you can see. Then I now try to pull it, and the effect is so lovely. Okay, the effect it gave was so lovely. Then the next thing for us to do now, guys, is to join our upper bodies to the skirt part. Okay, that's the next thing for us to do. Make sure that the dart lines align so well before you stitch on it. Okay, make sure that the darts are aligning. All right, just take it slow and sew on it. Okay, all right guys, I have sewn my upper bodies to the down parts, and everything is so fine. Okay, despite my skirt is too lengthy. All right, after that, now the next thing for us to do is to add our zipper. Okay, I'll be using an invisible zipper for this gown. Okay, so that it will give me that beautiful look. Okay, I've sewn my zipper already. You see, it's an invisible zipper. You can barely tell that there is a zip on the back part. I've already sewn the zipper, guys. All right, let me take it to the mannequin and show us what our gown looks like. The gown is looking so lovely. Remember, you can still take it up if you want. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share.